Hey everyone, and happy World Sleep Day. I'd like to share with you tonight a short yoga practice designed to give you a good night's sleep. And so you can do this practice on your bed or on your mat, whichever is fine. And if you'd like to have props with you, feel free to have a block or two, or maybe even just pillows from your bed. Either is fine. And we're going to start with any seated position. So I'm in Japanese seated style or seiza, or you can also come into any regular comfortable seat. So whatever is comfortable for you, place your hands on top of your knees, and let's close our eyes. Sit up tall, feel the sit bones root down. At the same time, feel the spine lengthen, the crown of the head reaching up for the ceiling. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes. And I'd like to start it off with just a few deep breaths. Normally throughout the day, we tend to breathe in a more rapid manner. And so slowing that down our breath helps us to relax, switching on that rest and digest response rather than our fight or flight response. And so that's what we want to do. We want to switch into our rest mode. So I invite you all to practice some of Riti Pranayama with me for the next few cycles of breath. What this means is that we'll do three counts on the inhale, and then 3 counts on the exhale. Let's synchronize our breathing by exhaling right now. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. And if you'd like, you can keep your eyes closed, or if you prefer to open the eyes, go ahead. And then we'll start with just some nice little bit of stretches here. Stay seated, maybe shift to the opposite side of the leg here. So if you had the left leg in front, now it's your right leg in front. And then just start to tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder, finding a stretch here along the side of the neck. You can place your right hand on top of the left ear if you'd like to get into a deeper stretch there. And slowly come back to center. And then let's switch sides. Tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. And once again, if you'd like, you can place the left hand this time on top of the right ear, finding that nice stretch along the right side of your neck. And slowly come back to center. And now this time, inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Inhale, stretch the left hand up. Exhale, side bend to the right, reaching the left hand over to the right side. Keep the left hip pressing down to the floor as you reach your left hand over. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. Exhale, left hand down this time. Inhale, stretch the right hand up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Right hand reaching over towards the left side, keeping the right hip plugged down. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, just come into a nice gentle fold, hands down to the floor. Relax the neck, relax your torso, relax the arms. And then slowly start to lift yourself up to seated. Place your hands on top of your knees. We're going to come into a few rounds of seated cat and cow. So you're going to inhale, reach the chest forward, arching the back, maybe gazing up. And then as you exhale, bring the chin into the chest, around the spine, gaze towards the belly. Inhale, arch the back, chest forward, look up. Exhale, round the spine in, gaze towards the belly. 2 more times. Inhale, arch the back, look up, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine in, chin to chest, look to the belly. 1 last round. Inhale, arch the back, chest forward, look up. Exhale, round the spine in, gaze to the navel. Inhale, come back to seated. And now we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So have a block or a pillow handy. Come down onto your back. Bend both knees, feet on the ground. And lift the hips up slightly so you can place your block or your pillow underneath the hips. You can stay here with the knees bent, arms by the sides, or you can even reach your arms overhead. And you have the option to stay here, or if you'd like to intensify that sensation across the front of the body, you can straighten one leg at a time. So extend the left leg, followed by the right. So now you're going to find that your hips are the highest point of the body, and you'll feel a more intense stretch along the front, especially around the hips area, your hip flexors. So if you spent a lot of time sitting down today, this might feel pretty good for you. And we'll just take a few more breaths here in our supported bridge. If this becomes too intense, you can always come back into the bent knees variation anytime. So your choice, your practice. Take one more deep breath. And if you have your legs extended, bend both knees, feet on the ground. Now lift the hips up slightly so that you can release your block or pillow from underneath the hips. And we're going to neutralize the spine in constructive rest. Keep the knees bent. Walk the feet wider than the hips. And then bring the knees together. Feel the low back pressing down towards the mat or towards the bed, your mattress. You can keep the arms down by your sides. Stay here for another 3 rounds of breath. Now from here, we're going to bring the feet back hip width apart and then turn to one side so that you can slowly push yourself up to seated. And come back to seated, extending the legs forward. You can separate the feet hip width apart or maybe slightly wider. And if you have a pillow or props, you can have them here with you. So say for example here I have a block or 2. I can make a tower here to support my forehead. Or if you have a pillow, then you can just place a pillow on your lap. And you can put as many pillows one on top of the other as needed. So just relax your entire lower body. Don't clench the glutes, don't clench your thigh muscles. Walk the hands forward. Feel the upper body round down over the legs. Relax the neck. And you can support your forehead with your pillow or blocks. So now we're feeling a nice stretch along the entire back side of the body, from the heels, through the back of your legs, through the glutes, through the lower back, middle back, and upper back, all the way through the back of the head, even all the way up to the crown of the head. Make sure everything is nice and soft, everything relaxed. So if you notice that you're clenching somewhere, maybe in the butt cheeks or in the legs, see if you can soften and release. Taking 2 more deep cycles of breath here. And then start to lift the head up. And then set your props aside, your pillows or your blocks. Then walk the hands back so that you're seated upright. And now you're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So you're going to bring the feet together. Big toes touching. Separate the knees wide, wider than the hips. If you're on your mat, maybe as wide as your mat. And just have your props ready nearby in case you need them. Bring the hips back towards the heels. For some people, this might be too much, especially on the knees. So you can always place something in between your hips and your heels so that you decrease the amount of knee flexion that you're doing. Walk the hands forward. And you can rest your forehead onto the mat, reaching the fingers forward. Or if you can't reach the mattress or the mat with your forehead, you can place a prop underneath the forehead as well. So use your props as much as you need it. Feel the chest melt down towards the floor. Taking 2 more breaths in your child's pose. Deep breaths through the nose. And then lift the head up. Walk the hands back. Come back to seated. Stay here for a breath. Still having the knees wide, hands on top of your thighs, sit up tall. Now shift your weight onto one side so that you can once again extend the legs forward. Now bring the soles of the feet together to touch and then open the knees wide. And if you need to, you can support your knees with your props, your pillows, your blocks, or anything else you have nearby, maybe a book. And then just allow the hands to rest down onto the floor. Bring the chin close to the chest, round the spine, down over the legs, into your butterfly. You can have the palms facing up so that you're also resting your wrists. So you're going to feel that nice opening stretch along the hips, along the groin, the inner thighs. Allow yourself to relax and let go. If you'd like to support your forehead, especially if you're pretty high up, you can once again, similar to what I showed earlier, maybe use a tower of blocks or pillows for support. So again, listen to your body and use your props as much as you need it. One last breath here in your butterfly. And slowly start to lift the head up. Walk the hands back. With the help of your hands, lift the knees up and extend the legs forward. Have a block or pillow nearby. You're going to need it later. Slowly come down to lie on your back. Now bend both knees and place your right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex your right foot. And now thread your right hand in between your thighs. Left hand outside your left thigh. Hold on to the back of your left thigh with both hands. Interlace your fingers. Now hug the left leg towards your chest, coming into supine pigeon. You can push your right knee up towards the ceiling to get a deeper stretch there on your outer hip, on the right side, your glute. Keep your back pressing down to the floor so you're not rounding the back, lifting the shoulders up. Relax the back of the head, the shoulders, all the way down to the hips, onto the mat or onto your mattress. Keep hugging the left leg towards you. And at the same time, if you'd like, you can push the right leg away from you. And then gently release your left foot down. Arms out to the sides like airplane wings. And as you exhale, you're going to drop both knees down to the right, coming into a gentle twist. Both shoulders pressing down towards the floor. You're going to feel this nice stretch along the left side body. And slowly come back to center and step the right foot down, switching sides. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Now hold on to the back of the right thigh with both hands. Hug the right leg towards the chest. Keep your back flat on the floor as you hug it in. So now you'll feel that stretch along the outer hip on the left side. And if you'd like to intensify that stretch, as you keep hugging the right thigh towards you, push your left knee up towards the ceiling, away from you. You can use your left elbow to help you out there. So you can push your left elbow up against that left leg. And then slowly release your right foot back down to the floor, arms out to the sides. And then as you exhale, both knees come down to the left into your twist. Keep both shoulders pressing down to the floor, especially the right shoulder. And now this time you're feeling it on the right side body. One last breath. And slowly come back to center. And then step the left foot down. Now hold on to your prop, so whether it's your pillow or block, Lift the hips up again a few inches so that you can place that pillow or block underneath the hips once more. Now bring your left knee in towards the chest, arms down by the sides. Bring the right knee in towards the chest as well. Now extend both legs up towards the ceiling, coming into your leg up against a wall or Viparita Karani. It's okay to keep a bend in the knees here, especially if your hamstrings are tight. If you have a wall near you, you can actually use your wall as a support. So you're going to go flush against the wall and lift the legs up against them. So I'm going to show it here. So I'm going to have my hips right up against the wall, and then I'm going to lift my legs up. So this is my leg up the wall. I can keep my arms down by my sides, or I can reach my arms overhead, holding on to opposite elbows. So whatever version you want to do with the arms, go ahead. Taking just a few more breaths. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And now bring your knees back towards the chest. And if you're against the wall, roll over to one side so that you can move away from the wall and come to lie down on your back. If you stayed away from the wall, so you bring your knees in towards the chest, and then lower the feet down, lift the hips up, slide the prop from underneath the hips, set to the side. And now everyone, coming into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. So just extend the legs, extend the arms out to the sides, palms facing up, close the eyes. And stay here for as long as you like in your Shavasana, preferably at least 3 to 5 minutes if you have the time. Or if you're actually doing this right before bedtime, then feel free to just doze off. And hopefully you have a good night's rest this evening.